Before we get into this video, I just want to say that when people lie a lot, but their lying actually isn't actually really good lying. And you know how people when they lie, they have different ways they lie. Some people when they lie, they giggle after they lie. Some people when they lie, they look away and look different directions. Some people scratch the back of their head or the top of their head. Some of them flick their ears. People, there's so many signs when somebody's lying. Okay, so many signs that person gives away within their body language and also within their speech or any sound effects they make. Now, with that being said, let's get into exactly what Tyray had to say.
The shot was expensive, and my doctor wasn't gonna prescribe it unless I had diabetes, which I don't. And then I was like, can you prescribe it to me since I'm fat? And they were like, no, we can't. And then she like gave me like a meal plan, and I followed it, and then I didn't really lose anything.
Someone tell me, how many cues did you see of this guy leading up to what he's saying here, knowing full well that he knew what he was about to say was a bunch of BS? You cannot tell me that you was given a meal plan and you didn't really lose much, therefore it was just whatever. You was given a meal plan because you couldn't get something else and you failed. You failed yourself at the meal plan. Just be honest. They gave you a meal plan and you could not follow through. You cannot sit here and say that the meal plan didn't work or the meal plan just didn't help you lose weight or whatever BS is coming out your mouth. Okay, obviously these are the kind of areas that I'm very familiar with when it comes to health. The impacts of when we change our diet and how we can lose weight and how we can gain weight, how we can also gain some muscle. The whole shebang. This guy out here is on here trying to talk a whole bunch of waffle, but listen, that was just the beginning.
You know, so I ended up getting a new doctor, and I have a video I'm going to upload too, just to go more in depth about it. And then I looked to get the shot through like a third party.
Okay, hold on a minute. So you're telling me this guy had a specific doctor to begin with. That doctor didn't give him the thing that he wanted, so therefore he then asked for a meal plan. That doctor gave him the meal plan, but the meal plan allegedly didn't work. So therefore he went to another doctor. But then after going to another doctor, he then went to a third party to ask about this freaking jab. So that's three different people he's gone to now. Right. Can anybody tell me if they believe one what he's saying, or two, do you believe he's actually putting the effort that he's supposed to put in? Because right now, I feel like I'm watching someone from episode 600 Pound Life. A whole bunch of gibberish, talking and talking and talking and talking, thinking that what you're saying is actually convincing people that this is the truth, when what you're saying is far from it. But hey ho, let's continue.
Like the what do they call it, the compound pharmacies, and then those were like, I think they're like $150 to $200, so they weren't that bad. But I would have like starved to death because I wouldn't have no extra money to pay for groceries and stuff.
Oh, okay. So now we're with the next reason of why he can't lose weight. Okay, so you was denied, then you found a place, but now you can't do the place because that place costs too much, and therefore you'd start. The funny thing is though, from my understanding and the research and the little information that I do know regarding this whole new jab thing that people can get, tablets, all that whole shebang. To be fair, you actually don't need that much money in your pocket because they are supposed to suppress your hunger that much that really and truly you won't be spending that much money on your food. So let's just say, for example, he's assuming that he's going to be spending the same amount of money on food while he's going through the jab process. But that clearly means that he hasn't researched or he knows he's talking a bunch of BS. Because the grand scheme of it is not only is your appetite going to go down, but also how much you spend when you go out to buy your food, your grocery shop, it is going to be far, far less. So what are you talking about? What are you actually talking about? Honestly, when people BS is crazy. But to be honest, is the fact that you get people like him that go on their live streams, and they just want to BS their followers and make them believe all this kind of stuff, blah 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 blah, because they want people to like them. They want people to give them cash by however you do it on the TikTok, so therefore they play a character. Well, actually, to be fair, he's not even playing a character. He's actually being himself. Somebody that is easier liar. Somebody that giggles when he knows he's not telling the truth. Somebody that giggles when he knows that he's getting nervous. Giggles due to anxiety. Giggles for so many freaking reasons, but we know that he giggles because he can't actually produce the truth to come out of his mouth. Because saying the truth is too hard for him. And that's something that we witnessed throughout the season. But anyway, we'll continue. Let me not forget. Now, on his this year, he was a part of 90 Day Diaries, and in 90 Day Diaries, he spoke about the possibility of being approved for weight loss surgery, or at least flying to Mexico, I believe, for the weight loss surgery. Now, bear in mind, 90 Day Diaries would have been filmed over a month or over a year ago. You know, definitely over six to 12 months ago. Okay, if not more. All right, and clearly that didn't happen. And now he's here talking about this gibberish. I said it before and I said it again. This guy was casted for the wrong bloody show. He should have been a 600-pound life. He's just as bad as those folks. Not all of them, because some of them are truthful and they end up losing the weight, but then you get the ones that lie and never do. This is him.
So I'm like, all right, I don't want to have to pay all that, for the shot. But I know some people who used it who look amazing right now. I have a friend on here who actually, she's been using it. She looks like a whole new person. She looks really good. I have a
Who gives an F about your friend? This is about you. How can you now see what he's done? He's now changed the traffic direction. He's now deflecting away from himself. And now he's like, okay, you know what? Let's not make it about me anymore. Let me make it about somebody else. Let me talk about someone else having a success story, so people can connect with that success story. You know what I mean? And then maybe people will do it because of that. But let me take it away from me, because I know my story wasn't successful because, well, I ain't never put the effort in, and I'm probably never going to. Listen, typical liar type tactics. That's another one I forgot to mention at the very beginning. Then deflecting it and creating another situation.
Friend who did it, and she wasn't like big or anything like that, but she had gained weight from like a bad relationship, and she took it for a little while, and then she got down to like, I think she's like 115, which is crazy.
Sounds like you're making up numbers, if you ask me personally. Sounds like he's making a whole bunch of nonsense. 115, and this is crazy. Well, first and foremost, we need to know how much she weighed to begin with, and also how tall she is, and then we can talk about if that was. I mean, to be fair, 115 is still good, but he made it up. I'm convinced.
No, I didn't move there yet, Sherilyn. In the next few months, I know I posted that video, but the video was like me joking around with my family, and then I uploaded it. No, not Liz. One of my other friends, like someone who lives here, but she looks really nice. Liz lost a lot of weight too. She's been working hard though. Like, she would run marathons and stuff like that.
Listen, based on the video that I uploaded earlier today regarding Liz coming out to say that she got cancer, I'm just curious. How has Liz been working really hard while she's been battling cancer? I'm just curious because, Liz hasn't come out to tell us that she's gone through any part of the state. I'm just saying something isn't adding up. So that's what I want to say. I'll leave it there.
Posey, what's up? How are you? What do I do for work? Linda, I do OnlyFans. Yeah, she lost a lot of weight. Kim did too. Kim lost weight as well. So,
Did she? Where? I mean, I want to know where. I'm not even taking the piss. I'm asking a freaking genuine question. Where? Can somebody let me know, please?
No, I'm joking, guys. Oh, God. Queen, thank you. Yeah. Oh, man. This is why I don't come on here no more. I started saying crazy stuff. I'm surprised I didn't get fired yet.
All right. Okay, backtracking. Okay, cool. Anyway, that was pretty much the end of that video anyway. Just for a share of you folks, let me know your thoughts. Is it in particular, do you believe that he's telling the truth, or do you believe he's talking a bunch of waffle and this man has never tried to actually lose weight, and he's just somebody that just says anything and everything just to be a people pleaser, or just hoping, or just saying things that he thinks people want to hear because he struggles with the idea of actually being truthful, because he fears the truth may not be what people wants to hear, and also because he fears that the truth is something that he doesn't want to actually, become accustomed with. It's something that he's also afraid of, should we say, because there are a lot of people who are afraid of the truth themselves in particular as well. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and we can mostly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.